Tonight on LSN, Alex Sterling is joined by Father Gunther of the Hill Valley Church. Recently, they hosted the Memorial Day Parade, and Alex is at the church to learn more.
Make sure everything's recording. Get my little microphone out. All right, that looks pretty good. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, man. Father Gunther, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for having us here in the church. And I
How
really
you doing?
Oh, we're doing fantastic, man. And I think we just kind of wanted to get together to ask a few questions about the recent Memorial Day Parade and a little bit about the church and maybe about yourself. So, is it okay if maybe we start with a little bit about the Memorial Day Parade?
Oh, sure, that'd be fine, buddy. Go ahead, ask away.
Tell us a little bit about the inspiration, behind or organizing this parade, and what kind of motivated you to bring, everybody together.
Well, doing this church and having friends all over different parts of the city, I come to realize, this city is very polarized. Different sects, different, groups. It ain't even cliques. It's more like, just look at it this way, man. The police have their own group. They see their own, they live in their own world. The Crims, they live in their own world. And nobody has any concept of understanding of each other and how they view things in their daily lives. So, but yet we're all part of the same community. So that's what I wanted to do. I was trying to think of something that would bring the whole city together. Police, fire, all the whitelist people, all the business people, and, all the daily doers, chore doers, and all the criminals too. I wanted everybody to be in one place and hang out. That's what I wanted, and I think it worked.
I think that was a total smashing success in terms of what you've accomplished, and the parade saw participation from so many different organizations: LSPD and BCSO, EMIS, Vanilla Venues, Salieri's, even the news, and a lot of citizens that were involved. And how did you manage to coordinate with so many different people and organizations?
Just reaching out, my friend, emailing. I found the right people to contact, and some of them forwarded me to the proper people. Others were happy to take on and communicate with me themselves. And I was just very clear, professional sounding with what I wanted. And surprisingly, everybody seemed really about it. I really wasn't sure the response it would get, just because I don't know if anyone ever did that before, and I had never personally requested any organizations to come. And I was so thankful and pleasantly surprised that everybody I talked to, for the most part, seemed really about it.
It seemed like there was a lot of, memorable moments from the parade. And, can you tell us what really stood out to you personally?
Well, it was beautiful. The organization really flowed well. I was afraid lining everybody up would be a chaos, and actually worked really well. And I was at the front of the pack, and I just remember looking back a couple of times and seeing such a long convoy of cars. It literally stretched around half of Mirror Park. And I was just like, wow. I never expected it to be that big, and I was just so impressed and so happy with that. And, it's just awesome seeing driving by people, and I was imagining their experience too. I hope they got the full shebang, all the different music, and hope it was a good show for them.
I think it was, again, a huge success, and it seems like the after party was even a bigger one, honestly. How did you plan that, and who all did you get involved? And it seemed like there was a ton of different people that were there to really take part. So, was the after party something that you also organized entirely by yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yep, pretty much. I wanted something fun to do. There's always got to be an after party of some kind. And, well, the thing about the parade is I wanted some unique vehicles in there, things people in the city had never seen before. For example, I just want to point out, we had a Sea Shark on a trailer pulled by BCSO. We had the Vanilla Venues party bus stage, and we had I believe it's called the Brickard, the massive truck owned by DW Mechanics, which is capable of repairing vehicles on its own. Uh, and it was sitting out there in the park. It was a great sight, great sight. But which brings me back to the party bus. Uh, since it was already going to be there, one of the vanilla venues in the parade, I figured why not? It was a logical, hey, why not after you're done the parade, just park right up and play some music since you're already there. And yeah, they were happy to oblige. And yeah, and the park is a beautiful place. It's got that pond and it's got a garage right there and everything. So if you remember, I had some sea sharks rented. We placed them in the pond there. We had a boat in there. Yeah, man. So I wanted lots of fun things for people to do, and yeah, it seemed to pull off, man.
It really seemed like the event had a lot of unique opportunities for sure. I even myself was taken up in a helicopter to get some aerial footage. It was
Oh
fantastic.
yeah, oh yeah. EMS was definitely kind enough to bring their helicopter by for everyone to look at, and I was real thankful for that as well.
So, how do you see events like these, kind of impacting the community of Los Santos?
It's a tough question, man. Events like this are an opportunity for the whole community to come out and interact with one another and learn about each other in circumstances they may not normally have. So I can provide all the community events I want, but the community has to take advantage of it. They must take the opportunity to interact and meet folks, throw away their biases and their precognitions of other folks and you know give them a chance.
Well, I think that's a great outlook to try and have, bringing everybody together. Do you see yourself hosting any more events in the future, and anything that we should look forward to?
Oh, absolutely. I really want unique events that bring the community together, and that's what I'm going to aim for.
It seemed like this really did have a great impact on the community. And, are you thinking of hosting any future events? Is there anything that we should look forward to?
Well, anything that I want to do will entail bringing the community together. And that was a big one, and it's going to be hard to top, but I just want something special. What I have in mind, I planned on having a big giant go-kart race at the parade, but because everybody was having headaches, we probably couldn't pull it off. So maybe within a week or two, I'm gonna put some effort into organizing that, and I want like 20 carts out there, man. I want big time. I want big race. So yeah, maybe we'll pick a location up north that's a little friendlier towards people's headaches and such. And yeah.
Well, that sounds amazing. I definitely plan on being there, and hopefully we can get a cart or two in the race ourselves. So, Father, I just want to say thank you. And lastly, I just wanted to see, is there anyone that you'd like to thank and their support in making this an event a success?
Oh man. Well, I got to thank everybody. All the people that I emailed with and that were so attentive getting back to me. Jason Scott, the chief of the LSPD. Deputy Chief Bean of the Emergency Medical Services, and Lieutenant Bradshaw, the BCSO, and the folks over at VU for being in the parade, and Johnny J Productions and Pandacor. I want to give a special shout out to Johnny J and Pandacor because they really helped me get things together. They definitely helped me gather some supplies, and they were definitely my right hands that day. So I definitely thank them so very much. And for everybody else coming out, you know what I mean? Really, it wouldn't have been a parade without everybody there. And so, as much as I organized, everybody that was there was the ones that made it happen. So really, I can't thank everybody enough for coming and enjoying themselves. And I look forward to the next big shindig.
Well, thank you so much for having us, Father Gunther, and we really appreciate you putting on this massive get together for the community. We really hope to see more of these in the future. This has been Alex Sterling with Los Santos News. Thank you and good night.